3, 2, 1. Okay, I think we're live. Yeah, we are live. Hello everybody, welcome to another Korean Pizza Club live stream. We have a new face over here.
Hey guys.
Yeah, let's wait a little bit until we gather some viewers. And let me start the Twitch and Kick live stream so you can go to your preferred platform. And if you're in the chat, please say hi. Nobody's responding now, so just let me know if the audio and everything's good. Because last time there were a lot of complaints that the audio was quite low, so just want to check this time.
We're getting a few comments, I think.
Yep. Oh, hello. Okay,
hello.
Sunny Southpaw, hello. Chanmer, hey there. Yes. Yeah, so I think people will come in. Let me just check on the YouTube app whether we're good. Okay, yeah, we are live. Last time there were a lot of complaints. There you go. That's very good. And okay, everybody's coming. Audio is good. Yes, thank you. Hey, all good. He's cute. Oh, actually, I should move a little bit more here and you should come here. Yeah, you're covered by the chat. Yeah, there you go. Okay. And Sanjay, hello. Mary, it's good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hannah, hi. David and John, audio's good too. How do you know he's John already? Oh, probably in the title.
Oh, right, yeah.
Right. Sherry from the US. Okay, Vivi, I can hear. Thank you for confirming, everybody. John, could you introduce yourself while I repost your Instagram post?
So, hey guys, my name is John. I currently make daily Korean news in English, like very concise into 1-minute shorts and Instagram reels. Yeah, and I used to be a radio DJ and radio host in New Zealand. And I basically we had a lot of mutuals, so I basically hit David up and here I am. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming. We just had a nice meal before this, Shake Shack.
Yeah.
And who are our mutuals?
So we have a lot of friends like Vaughn. We also have Alex. So yeah, some of the guys that you guys have probably already seen on stream or on videos as well. Yes.
Okay, great to have you here. Sorry for the multitasking. I just literally post the link to the thing and
hey, kia ora, bro.
What's that?
Kia ora means hello in Maori, te reo Maori.
Oh, really?
So I'm from New Zealand, so yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Hello.
Kia ora. Okay, so John here has prepared some questions for me today. I wasn't expecting this. I was like, John, who did you contact me first or?
Oh, so this is fun.
I forgot.
I've actually never told you this, and I was actually thinking about telling you this during lunch.
Okay.
I decided not to. Basically, I applied on your form as a guest.
Right.
But interestingly enough, before then, I actually DM'd you.
Yeah.
And you still, till this day, have not replied.
Oh.
so I just want to put it out there. I don't feel pain, but at the same time, I did research a bunch of your videos, as well as a bunch of the shorts and live streams. So I have a set of questions that I want to ask you, but one of them I did get an answer for, and I did want to clarify because you did mention in one of your videos that you don't tend to look at the DMs, the request messages on Instagram.
Oh, so that was your question. Why did you look at my DMs?
Yeah, why did you not look? Because you didn't reply, and then like a few weeks later, you were like, you reached out to Kakao and be like, hey, I heard you wanted to be a guest.
John, this is the life of a famous guy. I'm just kidding.
Famous.
I'm just kidding. I don't really look into like the non-friends DM group.
Right.
Yeah, I seldom go in there and like maybe just look around, but like mostly I don't reply or look there. So sorry about that. But yeah, you applied for the KPC guest thingy, and then I guess I reached out to you after seeing that. And then I was very busy in between going on like business trips here and there. So it got delayed, postponed. And then I felt bad. And then recently, did you contact me again or was it?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyways, I felt bad. So I was like, in the meantime, let's just hang out.
Right.
Like have a lunch at least, break some ice before we actually do a podcast. And I was like, I'm doing regular live streams nowadays. So why not you become like a guest or, do a spontaneous live together? So yeah, I really had nothing on my mind when I was doing this live stream, but he had a whole full set of questions ready for me. So I'm ready.
So yeah, it's gonna get spicy, and hopefully this is some of the questions that you guys, all the viewers, are curious of as well. There is someone that said that you forgot to post it on your Discord.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, I'll post it on my Discord. Or if you can do the favor for me, that would be great.
Yes.
Yeah, and tag everyone, please.
Because this is gonna get spicy.
Okay.
Because we both have experience working as a radio, as a guest, and we often do a lot of research as well as we often make our own scripts.
Yeah.
So, and we talked about last time that I would be a guest on one of your videos, but because of complications that we weren't able to, so I prepared this during the time, so it might be a little bit outdated.
Yeah.
I
fine.
have decided to watch every single video and every single live stream on the KPC channel. And so if I actually show you guys my YouTube history, every single one I've watched it until the end, and these are some questions that I have gathered. Yes, and I have not told David until now. So,
Wow, wow.
yeah.
I'm so grateful now. I appreciate it a lot.
So this,
Wow.
I did this research once you told me that, hey, you'll be on stream. You told me like on the week, you're like, hey, do you want to come in this week? So I had to basically crunch all the videos within the few days.
Wow, thank you so much.
Yeah, so this is going to be a bit spicy.
Okay.
But I did want to tell you that, yeah, if there are questions that are a little bit too hot, feel free to decline, okay?
Yeah, sure, for sure. And also for you guys in the chat, if you want to like follow up on the questions, or if you want to add more to the questions or ask something additionally, feel free
Right.
to chat, put it in the comments.
I love the videos. Yes, I'm very dedicated, and this is going to be great.
So before we get spicy, can I get myself like a drink?
Yeah,
like, I
sure.
think I'll need it. I'll get yourself a drink too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not like but a disclaimer is that I have not watched the most recent video, as well as I have not watched 3 of the latest streams, but I've watched everything else. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. First, I think we're gonna go into the questions on your videos, and then later on we'll go into questions that I've made, that I thought of during the Q&A.
Got it.
So how does that sound?
Sounds good. I'm ready. So I'll take this one. You can take the Pepsi.
Thank you. Let's do you guys do ASMRs? You guys do?
No.
Sorry.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah, so should we get into something light? Sorry.
Yeah, let's start with something light.
So this is something light. What goes through your mind when you're hosting one of your videos? Because the reference is on the first video.
Yep.
On one of your first video, one of your guests says that she wants a baby 3 times, and you just you're like, wait, you wanted a baby? Like, they said it 3 times, and you're completely out of it.
You're here to roast me,
No,
aren't
no,
you?
no. I am here to criticize. I'm not criticize. Okay, to give you feedback.
I want to turn on the AC now. Like, oh shit, it's getting
It's
hot.
getting real hot.
Okay, wow. Chandler is asking, how spicy on a scale of 1 to 10 is this question?
How good are you at eating spicy food?
I can handle 불닭볶음면, fire noodles.
Then let's say it's like your ramen.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I actually have not eaten both in
It's
a
right
long time.
beneath fire noodles, okay.
So you should be able to handle it. So the first question is, what goes through your mind, and do you just tend to not listen to your guests?
What the?
There are times where
So funny.
Yeah. So I did bring an exact reference when she did say she wants a baby 3 times, and you just.
Who was that person? Who wants a baby 3 times?
I don't know. I forgot to write
It's
down.
probably
but
Subini.
Yeah.
I think she's the only one that wants a baby.
Wants a baby on the regulars. So what goes through your mind?
Okay. I'll have to explain. So I am listening. I'm listening.
Right.
But there are some times when I'm preparing for the next question, because I need to be like seamless and professional when I'm like transitioning through the next questions, right? So I'm like constantly going back and forth with the host, the panels, responses, and also I'm looking through my notes and
Right.
like checking which questions should come next, or are there any like information I can add to this that I've researched and stuff like that. So it's like constantly ping-ponging inside my head.
Right.
So multitasking, I'm really bad at multitasking, and that's why I probably ignored like I want to have a baby 3 times.
'Cause if it was once, I'd be like, yeah, I understand. But it was 3 times, and then you were still not getting it. I was like, do you just not like your friends? But okay, so you just have a lot of things as a host to manage.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is going in my head. Yeah.
Right.
Well, fun fact.
Yeah.
Are you good at multitasking?
I am pretty decent. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Then that's not good.
Okay. Why is that?
That's not good because apparently multitasking is really bad for your brain.
Oh.
So it shortens your attention span, and your attention gets very fragmented, and some say it could lead to a higher possibility with Alzheimer's too. So when you I'm taking that back to you.
So am I not supposed to multitask? Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, the actual method would be like if you're focusing on one task, just finish that completely
Right.
and then move on to the next one. But if someone is like multitasking constantly, like doing 3 tasks at once, jumping back and forth, then that will shorten your attention span and you'll get like
Right.
Alzheimer's more.
So in the far future, if you had short attention span and you had Alzheimer's, it is due to the fact that you are hosting these shows and that you aren't able to listen to. That is why.
Wow, you're really
no,
like,
just.
yeah, that might be a
That might be
factor.
right, okay.
That might be a factor.
I think that's a good enough reason. Is we've both been on radio, so we know how hard it is to juggle a conversation while also keeping track of the time,
Right,
as well as keeping track of everything else.
I like the
So,
first
yeah.
question. Is it gonna be like this for the whole?
There are some that I've brought references, the exact references.
Okay.
But hopefully others will be a bit easier. But the second one, I know you have very strong opinions about this. And what is your beef with MBTI?
My beef with MBTI.
You hate MBTI.
No, I don't hate MBTI. I've kind of accepted it now. I even have something to show you.
Okay.
Like, I even have a T-shirt that says INFP.
Oh, well, that's...
I'm not an INFP anymore. I'm an INTP. But
Oh, okay.
I bought this because I thought it was cute. But
Oh, you bought it?
Yeah. So it's like $10.
Have you worn it? Because
No, because
the wrinkles on the shirt shows you've never worn it.
John is tough. Love it. Yeah. What is my beef with MBTI? I just think honestly, it's unscientific. It's like an outdated metric. Also, I don't believe you can categorize people into 16 personalities.
Right.
It's the equivalent of horoscopes and blood types for me.
Okay.
I hate all of those kind of categorizing based on like basic, whatever.
Right.
You may call it big data or whatsoever, or like psychology, but I just think it's all BS. I think human beings are way more complicated than like 4 letters that represent you, because like I myself contradict when I'm an INTP, I'm an INFP. When I'm a YouTuber at a networking party, I'm an ENFP. Like my personas and my personality just shapeshift every single time according to the situation and stuff. So I feel like MBTIs are like, honestly, it just constrains you. Like it puts limitations on yourself. Like once you label yourself as like, oh, I'm an INTP, therefore I should stay inside, I don't like parties, and that mindset just like confines you even more and more. You're putting a label on yourself. So I just don't like the fact about that. And there's like a social expectation when people ask you your MBTI and they're like INTP. Oh, you're so INTP. That's why you act like that. So everything just circles back to that, and it's just so sickening to hear about that. It's just because I'm a human being and I have those traits, and not because I'm an INTP or whatsoever.
Right.
So yeah. Anyways, that's my beef, if you want to call it.
Okay, because while watching a lot of your videos, and we talked about this during lunch, that you tend to make a platform where a lot of your viewers, a lot of your guests can shine.
Yeah.
And you tend to limit your comments or your strong opinions. But this one video about MBTIs, you were very, very like aggressive, and I was like, you have to calm down about this MBTI. But yeah, so that is the reason, similar to, your blood type and stuff. It's just not too scientific.
I was just so like, okay, back in that time, I remember. So I met this girl, not romantically or anything. She was my friend, and no shade on her, but literally she was talking and circling back to MBTI for every single topic.
Right.
Every person we were talking about, she was like, it's because he's an E, it's because he is an F,
Right.
oh, that's because you act like that. And like that was so trending in Korea for a while.
Yeah.
Like literally every meeting you go to, every like hangout you go to, everyone was talking about MBTI.
Exactly, yeah.
And I just got so sick of it. And at that point, I wasn't like really into it. I didn't understand any of the letters or whatever, so I felt left out too. And I was like, I can't do this, So
it's interesting because I actually did a job interview last year, and during the job interview, they asked me about my MBTI, and I later on asked a few of my friends, is this a good MBTI?
Yeah.
And apparently, me being an ESTJ when I go to work, apparently it's a very nice one to have with coworkers, like as a work.
See, even he's already saying it's a nice one to be with the coworkers.
At the same time, I'm like, I have no idea, but it's also a very weird thing to ask. But apparently, it's so common in Korea that they do ask you at job interviews.
It's crazy that they ask you in job interviews.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. And imagine that a certain MBTI would be filtered out because like the hire, the employer would be like, oh, I don't like this type of MBTI, so he's that one. Oh no, that's red flags. Exactly. Imagine that happening in a job interview. Like that's freaking unfair, That's unscientific, impractical, and
exactly.
Yeah, see, like I'm getting boiled up again.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting more and more. But yeah, and I agree with that. With horoscopes and what's your opinion on horoscopes and
it's BS.
Because I also think like MBTI is at least you do like a long ass survey kind of thing, and it I kind of guess depending on like what you were thinking, what you were feeling at the time. But with the horoscopes, because it's like you can't generalize everybody that was born on that month, that day, as having the same personality. Because I can relate to majority, maybe all the horoscopes to a certain extent. So there, I strongly disagree with MBTI. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of fun, but at the same time, there's so many variables. Because you say your letters, but you also never explain how in the middle you are. Because I'm a very in the middle between F and T. I'm very in between.
Is that why you're Ft.AJohn?
No. So. FT, to give you guys some answer, it's featuring AJohn. And the reason is because I'm similar to basically what you do. I wanted to be not the host. So when I made my channel, I wanted the viewers, I wanted the guests to be like the host and me to be a featuring kind of, me to show people that this is your guys', this is like the community show, and that I'm just here to support it.
That's the exact mindset I have when I'm hosting my show.
Which is why it was featuring. And AJohn is because in middle school there was 2 John in my class and I was the Asian John.
Oh, you were the Asian John.
Yeah. And if you say AJohn really quickly, it kind of sounds like Asian. So it's just a running joke that I was...
You were the Asian John, so that's why you're AJohn.
Yeah, and it just kind of stuck. And So
people would be like, oh, which John? The Asian.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's the Asian John. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, that's why I'm Ft.AJohn.
No offense. No offense, but it kind of sounds like the Free Trade Association, John. I'm sorry. When I first heard it, I was like, FTA is like the Korean American Free Trade Association. Right. So I was like, is this guy like into trade or something?
Definitely not. That's not.
Sorry, I have a weird sense of humor.
Some people say featuring AJohn. Well, it's.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we quickly move on to the next question, this is, I think, the viewers that just joined in.
Yeah.
Earlier on the show, we kind of talked about how basically. How I contacted you on Instagram and you just still blatantly till this day have not replied. But basically, what is your stance on sharing your social media? Because you did say how you have that blue tick, blue check, and because of that, you kind of don't like sharing your social media to people because once you show it, it's like people see you at this kind of like wow, you're famous kind of person. So what is your stance? And because you did say if you show people your Instagram stuff, people will know everything about you. And me, as somebody who was watching every single one of your videos and kind of researching, I kind of felt attacked. I was like, I am researching everything about you.
Yeah.
But I did feel like, oh wow, that's exactly what I'm doing. But what is your stance on that these days?
I think I use social media like strategically or to my convenience. Like definitely it's like a good platform or a forefront to like put myself out there, like get more opportunities. It's a very easy way to see what I've built, like my career or my reputation or like my life to people. So it's very convenient in that kind of way. But there are moments, especially when like, you know, for example, you're at a 소개팅.
Right.
You're at a blind date.
Yeah.
There's this person you're interested in, like that person's interested in you. If the moment I give her my Instagram or my DKDKTV or my channel, she's if she's slightly interested in me, she's gonna freaking binge view every single video of me, all my perspectives. Like I've said everything about my like dating perspectives, my like, you know, social perspectives, all on the internet, and she's gonna binge view all of that. She's gonna watch see all of my pictures, and I feel kind of naked with that. It's like a very contradicting thing. So like normally I just use my Instagram or social media as like an official, you know, just a tool. But other than that, I don't really like to, you know, use it on personal terms. Yeah. If you get what I'm saying.
So this is a follow-up question. Because this could be a little hint to the. Do you have any 사생 people, like people?
Do I have any 사생s?
Like yeah, people that are like really.
Wow,
like.
I'm so honored that you even asked me that question. I'm not that famous, bro. Like, you know, I'm just a YouTuber, like a normal 30-year-old Korean dude. So I have quite a little bit of fans.
Right.
But I've never had like anybody to the level of a 사생.
Okay.
You know? 사생s are creepy. They send like blood letters and stuff.
Okay, I recently, like actually this week, I found out what 사생 actually meant.
Okay.
I am not in the huge K-pop industry as well. I just know that they are kind of people who just kind of go to people's like the idol's house. But that's the limit I knew. But I didn't hear that the blood letters and stuff like that.
They're crazy.
On that note, do you have, because you don't like sharing your most infamous blue check one, do you have a personal one just for your friends?
Oh.
Feel free to answer if you don't want it to be exposed.
Okay.
Very calculative. Okay.
No. I'm not being calculative. The answer is no.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can actually show you right now my accounts. So, like if I see here, like I have four accounts, right? So there's Just David, Korean Pizza Club, DKDKTV, Ramen and Chill, and there's my new business account.
Right.
But other than that, there's no like personal account.
So you just keep all your friends and like families on that.
Yeah, so it's been actually like a point of debate for me, like whether I should split my personal to business Instagram account, but I'm just too lazy. I already have like 4 freaking social media accounts to manage, which I don't anyways. So I'm not gonna make a separate personal account to like, who am I gonna show it to anyways?
Wow, that's really honest. I honestly thought you would, because I thought most people that are in the media industry at least does. Or are you the type that use the close friend feature quite a lot?
No.
Wow.
No.
So what you present on the media on your Instagram is presented to all your friends, and there's no filter.
Yeah. Wow, I think I'm just too lazy. That's the issue. So like, it's very weird for me, like, cause I'm technically a YouTuber / influencer, content creator, right? And normally, like most of the people approach social media very professionally.
Right, exactly.
They like to like, you know, upload content to gain subscribers, take very fancy photos and stuff like that, put a lot of hashtags. But for me, like, that's all so much work for me. Like I don't care. The YouTube is enough for me. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm just gonna share where I went yesterday. I ate pizza yesterday. Like I went to Japan, and that's it. Yeah.
And no one's ever like saw your story and followed you, like, because if you post your stuff, or do you do the thing where you post like hours later? Like if you eat at a restaurant, do you post it immediately?
Oh, I
or
do.
I do. Like hours later.
Yeah, I post it hours later, not because I'm afraid that 사생s or fans are gonna find me.
Okay.
that's not gonna happen. But I do that because I'm just lazy.
Wow. It's interesting because you, as someone who says you're constantly lazy,
Yeah.
you have like multiple jobs, and you're constantly working. Like we were supposed to meet, but you were like hours because you were so busy. Like you were so busy. So to me, you do not seem like a lazy type.
So I guess it's like, how do you say this in English? 선택과 집중, focus and selection and focus, whatever.
Yeah.
It's about like what you focus on, you know, like
Right.
I don't feel that much value into like making very decorative or sophisticated Instagram post.
Right.
I would rather allocate that time or energy into making like a better YouTube video or developing my business and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that's why I feel lazy in some parts.
In some parts. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. So before we get into the next one, I do want to answer that how to life question. It says, John and David, how did you start growing as an individual after gaining followers?
Oh, you can go first.
How did I start growing as an individual? I think I became more aware of how I hold myself. And I did see a person who posted on Instagram a long time ago. It says, the way that you present represents. And it makes me realize that everything that I do can affect people, and it just kind of holds me to a higher standard, to a higher bar. And I think that's where I am trying to grow as well. But I have only started this like social media kind of stuff 4 months ago, so I'm very new to the scene as well.
Yeah, for me, like as I gain followers, my lifestyle or anything hasn't changed that much. But there is one thing that has changed is it's like my responsibility or it feels like I owe something like towards my subscribers and followers because they are watching my content. Some financially support me, and honestly, it means so much to me that people around the world are giving me like attention or some time out of their life to watch my content, enjoy my content. So on my end as well, like my subscribers don't say like, oh, don't feel like that, but I always have like a sense of responsibility that I should give back something, or I should like at least do these kind of live streams to like interact with them, make a community.
Exactly.
And yeah, so that kind of thing. But other than that, work ethic, lifestyle, I don't think I've changed that much. But because I do have the followers and I can take leverage from it, like if you have a lot of followers, it's very easy to make a business. It's very easy to kickstart a channel and stuff like that. I do take those opportunities into my advantage. Yeah, exactly. I guess. Yeah.
So if we move on to some of the other questions that I have, this is a little bit of a spicy one, and this is actually a video that you did a long time ago, one of the earlier videos, and you talked about this idea of verbal consent.
Oh yeah.
Don't know if you remember.
Verbal consent, yeah.
Yes. And everybody agrees that it is very important.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, does your stance remain the same when you say verbal consent on most things is important, especially during some?
Some?
Yeah, even
when
if
you're having a thing.
Yeah. Like if you're having a thing, some verbal consent, because I am the type to even
not have verbal consent.
No.
He's like, I am the type.
Whoa. First stream just immediately canceled. It's getting hot here, man. But
I am the type.
No, I am the type to even if I look lame.
What? Say that again?
I'm the type. Even if I look lame, I do like to ask.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
you're very similar.
So yeah, we were very similar in the way that I agree with you. But some people disagree because you could look extremely lame. Because I'm the type, if I genuinely like you, I will ask like, hey, can I hold your hand? Hey, can I kiss you? Like sometimes you kind of know, but at the times there's some people that you really don't want them to be not uncomfortable. So you want to like verbally confirm.
Right. I think it's the best way. It's the most effective way, and it's also the most respectful way. And my stance on that remains the same. I've used it a lot before, and most of the feedback was very positive.
Right.
They really appreciated it as well. But it's like, wow, I mean, it is kind of new to me. Like, apparently a lot of guys don't ask like that. It is really new to me, but I really appreciate you asking me. So it hasn't really backfired at me any time.
Right.
And but although, like, you got to know that, you know, there are atmospheres and times that you just get the vibe, you know, when you're slowly just approaching the person and, you know, like our hands are just touching and stuff, then you could just hold the hand, or, you know, like when you're getting closer, you're both like kind of drunk and looking into each other's eyes, and, you know, you can feel it, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So, like, in those situations, like when your lips are about to touch, you won't say, "Can I kiss?" Like
exactly.
That would be freaking lame, you know? But, like, you know, when you're just walking at Han River, or like you're somewhere and you feel like you want to kiss or something, but the right atmosphere hasn't been set, or like there needs to be like a catalyst or something. I feel like in those moments you can say like, can I hold your hand? Can I kiss? Or something like that. And I think it's even more important for having, you know, the boom boom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I agree with you, because I am always the type to be always safe than sorry. And it is very important to me that if I'm a little bit unsure, then I should. And I know a lot of people, even some of our commenters, said that it is just sometimes better to just kiss.
Yeah.
And yes, but at the same time, there are times that there are times where you're just not 100%. You're 99% sure this person likes me.
Right.
But just in case.
Right.
And I think we both agree that we find the importance of comfort and the idea that we don't want to make anybody uncomfortable.
Right.
And the thing that I really respect about watching a lot of your videos is one of the things that you constantly say to your guests is you would say something, you would ask them something, and then you would always say, "If you're comfortable." Do you realize that you're like... So it shows that you really do care for your
of course
comfort.
Yeah, sure. Like, they're my guests, they're on my podcast, they're the ones that are giving time to be on the show, and also they're the ones that are giving their opinions, so I would only want to wish the best for them. Like, I don't want any negative feedback or any negative controversy hurling around them. So yeah, I would always ask, like, are you comfortable about like talking about this issue or not? But yeah, I think that's a habitual, you know, action that I have.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we talked about how earlier on the show that you tend to make an environment where your guests can really shine, where you try to leave your opinions out of this. And if you do see a lot of the more recent videos, we do get to see you really rather take a stand back and just like let them have a strong opinion.
Right.
But till this now, I want to ask, has there been a guest you strongly disagree with on the show, but you never really said? Because the context is this. The context is I got to watch all the videos.
Okay.
And I recommend a lot of you guys do as well. And there has been videos where I'm like, this person, I disagree with this person so much. And there's been two kind of videos, and I don't know if I want to say, just because of the fact that because, you know, these people are nice people, and I'm sure if I meet them, they're different. But there are times that I'm like, I disagree with what this person says. And I want to ask, you're going through the old videos?
I'm going through the videos, yeah.
Because, okay, let's just say some of the stuff like regarding nightlife, or something about like who should pay on the first date. So, and there were a lot of interesting ideas, but there were times where I just kind of disagree.
Oh, could you go first on what you disagreed?
The thing is, because you were like, oh, you mind being on the show, so I wasn't sure who the other 2 or 3 guests were gonna be. And
you don't want to create unnecessary beef before you go on?
Before I meet somebody.
Nah, they're fine. They're all good lads, yeah. They're all good folks.
But there was an interesting idea regarding how, about this first meal idea. Who should pay for the first meal? And I, personally, in most cases, I think the men should pay. And if it's like, I personally think that whoever makes the more money should pay, honestly, or whoever asked to go out should pay. But the conversation was strongly around this idea that oh, like as girls we have to put on makeup, invest money into it.
Ah.
And that point about the makeup as well, I kind of this idea
Anna.
of using. I didn't actually say Hannah. I just didn't want to say it. But yeah, and I see a lot of her videos and I respect her.
Do you have time next Tuesday?
I do have time next Tuesday.
Okay. Anna and he is going to be in the same room.
Oh wow, this is gonna be. Because there's something I haven't actually heard her name a few times.
Okay, so in the meantime, I'll give out a brief announcement. So Anna and I agreed to do regular live streams together. Okay. She really enjoyed being on the live last time, and she thought it was better for her like content as well. So we're going to do regular live streams every Tuesday, 10 a.m. KST. So that would be like US, I don't know, Monday, whatever. You do the conversion, but yeah. So if you have time, I'll let you guys meet. Debate about that topic, and that's gonna be gold.
I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of things in my memory because she's
Daniel Montera says pay-per-view fight, yes.
Honestly, no, because I've never met her, and she seems like a great person, right?
She's great, yeah.
But she's very strongly opinionated.
She's very chill too, yeah.
Yeah,
she's very strongly opinionated.
She says her opinions, and you know there are a lot of people that agree with her, but there are some people that don't, and there are points that I'm like, I don't know if that's true. But the thing is, I don't know how deeply I want to, you know. Cause
wait, how old are you, John?
I'm 24 international.
24, okay. He's very young. So yeah. Anna's probably going to be like, I live like 7 more years than you. Like, you know, I'm older than
And, you know, I can go on about this hierarchy of ages thing. Because that's a very common thing in Korea. If you're older... But yeah, I am the type to stand.
Everybody's so excited for the big match.
Because the thing is, I prepare stuff. Like I do my research. As we've been on radio, we do a lot of research.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I don't entirely disagree to that, honestly.
Really? Okay.
I'm like 50-50 on that. I understand because it is a fact that guys are usually more lazy when they appear like. Present themselves to the person. So like girls do take a lot more time.
Exactly.
I don't think that's a justification or like a
main reason
for the man to pay, but it could be taken into account.
Right.
Like that she literally showed some form of respect that takes a lot of time for herself and like to get prepared and you know all that kind of stuff. But I don't agree. Like there are layers there too. So like I respect the effort and time and the thought that I want to look better for you to present myself in front of you. I respect that effort, but I don't respect like the people that go on further and say, I bought cosmetics, I bought like, you know, pretty clothes or like pretty accessories and that I put more money into, thus you should pay. That is no.
Okay.
That is like, you bought that for yourself. Like.
So I had this idea that I agree with you that it's like, but women, a lot of people say makeup is for themselves. Like I do my makeup because I want to look pretty to myself.
That's true.
Which is why I'm like, this idea, then it should...
It flip-flops.
Yeah, then it kind of contradicts itself.
Right.
And I agree with you. But you never said this on the video. You strongly felt this. You never said this on the video, though.
Well, I'm the moderator. I'm the host. So we talked about this over lunch.
Right.
But... The context behind me becoming like KPC's host was I was frankly tired with dealing with like extreme K-pop fans and like the slightest opinion that you go like kind of off with the majority's opinion on Twitter, they pin you.
Right.
They put you on the wall of shame and then they're like, you know, this person they what do you call it? Blow it out of proportion.
Right.
And yeah, it was just too tiring for my mentality.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I give up. Like, I'm not going to do this. But I have passion of being a content creator. I want to provide a platform. I like podcasts and talking. So I'm not going to take the heat.
Right.
Let's get people that are opinionated, that want to, you know, present their opinions. And I'm just going to be, you know.
Just at the back?
Yeah.
see the shit go down in front of you while you get to just watch. I like that.
Wow, you're really like framing me here. But
it is why.
But like in spaces like live stream, which is like my safe space, not a lot of people watch. Like it's just for between you and us, right? Like I'm pretty, you know, like down to say my opinions here.
Which is why when later on when we get onto the Q&A questions, they're a little bit more spicier. But we'll get onto that soon. But I did want to go back to the question of asking you, so has there been somebody that you strongly disagree with?
Somebody I strongly disagree with? Honestly not that much. Like, for real. Like, I'm trying to think really hard, but I don't think so. I don't think there's anybody that I strongly disagree with.
Okay.
Yeah. People, I'm just usually, like, my personality is, like, a lot of people said that I would be a nice diplomat.
Right.
Or, like, a moderator.
Right.
And it's not because I don't like controversy. I like controversy. I like watching, like, tea as well.
Right.
But as a person myself, I respect both sides. So, like, even when I'm talking about politics, you know, even if there's like one agenda we're talking about, let's say, what's the biggest political, you know, agenda? Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Okay,
Are we going there?
No. It's up to you.
What's the biggest political agenda? Okay, let's say, like, okay, so like the past political agenda, one in Korea was whether we utilize nuclear energy or not.
Right, right.
Whether there should be a nuclear power plant in a certain place or not. The other side is like safety issues. We've seen past, you know, stuff like like where is it? The other like power plants,
right,
and, like
right.
Chernobyl, everything, and the house prices, the neighborhoods gonna like fall and everything. And the other side's like we don't have any like electricity. We have a shortage. Nuclear energy is the cleanest and most effective, like scientific. I lean towards like the latter side.
Oh, okay.
Like I literally agree that nuclear energy is like more effective and Korea needs it because we don't have any fossil fuel or anything.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it doesn't mean that I'm like totally disregarding the other side as well. Like, but nowadays, if you see people, they're just so strictly split.
Right.
It's like either this or that.
Right.
It's like black or white. And I don't understand that mentality. You know, so like, I feel like you should come to a middle ground. You should try to understand each other's perspective. So I totally get what they're worried about. So in that case, you could like, you know, meet in the middle and say like, okay, in that case, we should make like more safety measures, or we could do this to compensate your community, stuff like that. But people are just like, we're not gonna back off. Like our opinion is the most right thing. Like blah blah blah. So I just feel like that's. Yeah, that's just my personality. So whenever I'm doing podcasts, whenever I hear like contradicting opinions, I get both opinions.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. And there are a lot of times you hear the both opinions and we decide, you know, it's never black and white. A lot of situations are never black and white.
Right.
But I want to jump into one question because like we talked about, that you do seem to take the middle ground.
Yeah.
Or around that vicinity. But there has been one thing that I was like, wow, this is honestly your trigger point.
Okay, wow, he's really done his research.
Yeah,
I really respect this. Wow.
So I liked how your trigger point was when people oversay that Korea is a very dangerous place when it isn't. And you went all on this.
I'm triggered.
You went all about
I am
this.
triggered. I am triggered with people saying Korea is a dangerous place.
Okay.
And also, what was it?
You just immediately got up from your seat. Okay.
Korea's not a dangerous place. And also, there's one other thing. When people utilize...
We don't have to point fingers. They didn't say anything.
when people like... anything bad happens to Korea, like the slightest thing that is bad about Korea or is good about Korea, always the most liked comment is either one of these two. Yeah, but you have the biggest suicide rate in the world.
Right. Okay.
Or yeah, but everyone's plastic. It's either those two.
Okay.
It's like people don't know anything about Korea or care about Korea other than those two comments.
Right.
Like the highest suicide rate in the world. Y'all are like plastic surgery, whatever. I get triggered with those comments.
Okay.
I don't know why, but one of the facts is like, like I've said this numerous times, but they don't know the details on the highest suicide rate.
Right.
You know, like everybody thinks it's because of competitive society and like academics and school and like kids killing themselves or whatever. But that's just not true. Of course, there are cases like that, but statistics prove that more than half, like the dominant factor of suicide rate in Korea, is because of loneliness of older people. That is like the dominant factor. But people just look at a headline like Korea has the highest suicide rate, and then connect it to Sky Castle or like you know, like people not being able to buy houses in Korea, and people make Korea is instantly into like a dystopian society because of that high suicide rate. It's just illogical to me, and I feel triggered with that. And I'm honestly patriotic too, so I don't like my country being shown in a wrong light. And plastic surgery, so what? They look good. They're doing it for their own happiness. They're not being Ollie London, are they?
Right. Yeah.
So what? Like plastic surgery, what? Like, what are you getting to on plastic surgery? I don't understand. Yeah.
There are very few topics that actually get you like strong opinions. I think I agree with you, because I genuinely, even though there are a lot of bad things about Korea, I think there are a lot of good things. But I did see oftentimes in your videos, some of the regulars, I'm not saying the main regulars, but some of the regulars come and they like to, or some of the 교포들 come on the show and they kind of talking bad about Korea often. And I felt this when I'm like, yeah, I understand that there are some downsides, but they are talking badly about Korea. Oftentimes this is a like 교포 community with like Korean Americans, but yeah, I did notice this. And have you felt this?
Yeah, I've felt that sometimes, but as I said, like even when I was like spitting my thoughts about, you know, suicide or whatever, I always put in like the buffer, like I always put in the premise, like, yeah, suicide is a problem in Korea. Nobody's like neglecting that.
Exactly.
But if you are going to state your opinions, get the right research and get the right details and get the right logical, you know, deduction to it. But like people just like, what I've noticed is like they just watch one TikTok video. They just watch one short or reels and says something bad about Korea, and then they apply it to every single negative thing in Korea and like blow it out of proportion and make like it a dystopian society. That's what I hate about. And for the Kyopos, I think honestly,
this is spicy. Yeah, this could go bad.
This is spicy. I'm not talking about my friends.
Yeah. But just Kyopos in general. Yeah.
But honestly, I've felt from some people that some of them, a minority of them, might have a superiority mindset.
Oh, right.
In themselves.
Right.
Because they feel like they've experienced the outer world outside of Korea.
Right.
They know the universal language. They have more access to information. And those are facts. Those are facts. But it doesn't make anyone superior towards like a Korean person, right? Like you just have different opinions. You might have other information or accesses. So it's about like this. Like for example, the classic debate is about weed in Korea.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Not everybody. Okay. A lot of people know, like scientifically, weed is not that harmful. It doesn't have addiction problems like cigarettes or like alcohol is worse.
Right.
And then, but still, the Koreans are gonna say like, but you should still abide by the law. They believe in the gateway theory, and then the Westerners are gonna come and say like, the gateway theory is bullshit. It was proven to be wrong with this article, blah blah blah. This scientific research, and they shoot that in front of Korean faces, and they're like, oh, Korea is still like so, you know, uneducated. They don't know shit. Honestly, a lot of Koreans know about that. But still, their values are like that because they believe in that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, they have their own backings. We have our own cultural background, and you know, China had a huge problem with opium and stuff, and that kind of stuff all like cultured us into that perspective. So I feel like sometimes like English-speaking people think that they are on top of like maybe Asian or like minorities because. Oh, we have more access to information. We've been a more civilized society for a long time. We use the universal language. We have higher GDP or income than your country. And that mind kind of like permeates into like the Kyopos as well. Some of them. Some of them. So yeah, I felt that. I felt that for sure. Yeah.
And as someone who, if I put in a little bit of a plug for myself, I make like daily news about Korea, like concise in English. But because I have to make it as concise as possible, and each video has like 3 news articles, I have to make it really short. And oftentimes I tell people, that this isn't the full news. I'm taking like what is the most important parts that you could kind of lightly know, so you will never get missed out in a conversation if you're at like lunch.
Yeah.
But they're definitely not enough to make you, say stuff that makes you think that you actually know about this topic. But people sometimes just hear the headlines or hear the light news about it.
Right.
And they have strong opinions, which at the same time, I'm like, it would be great if people actually did more digging into it.
Exactly.
But I do notice that within my content and within my community as well.
Exactly.
But because we have been going a bit...
Wait, do you
Right.
consider yourself as a kyopo?
I do consider myself as a kyopo, because even though I was born in Korea, I was raised in New Zealand most of my life.
How many years in New Zealand? How many years in Korea?
I was, until 6, I was living in Korea, and then I lived there for elementary, middle school, and high school, which is 11 to 12 years.
Okay.
And then I came back, which has been 6 years. So it's
You've
been
lived more in Korea now then.
one year, yeah.
Okay.
So, but I still consider myself kyopo,
Okay.
kind of, and also maybe because I prefer English, and also my personality. I think we kind of feel this
Yeah, we're
sometimes.
kind of similar because at to some point, like when I was your age too, like I was literally half and half divided, like in the U.S., Canada, and Korea. But now, like my life has been more in Korea and Seoul. So,
Right.
yeah, I've never considered myself a kyopo though.
Oh, really?
Never.
But I think that's the difference is because you said prior that you prefer Korean.
Yes.
Like my English is so much better than my Korean, and also I think and I dream in English, which you, from what you said, you dream in Korean.
Korean.
right?
Think in Korean, and then I have like a translation process going on.
Wow. So that's the opposite for me. So I think in English, and then when I speak in Korean, I have to translate it and then quickly get it out. But before we head on, should we read some of the questions that we're gonna get to?
Yeah, there's a lot. I would really appreciate some super chats. David and John, thank you for answering. Very sweet of you. Initially, I thought of posting the clip, but maybe it's not such a good idea for you without knowing my page of context or me. Sorry about that. Posting which clip? The question you asked before? I don't know.
Yeah, I think we missed a little bit of, well, we're a little bit heated, so we missed some of the context of the conversation.
Yeah. What was it? Like, now I'm scared. What was the
clip
question?
is it?
What kind of clip? Yeah. If you can tell me what the topic was, then yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do your military service?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, I went to the Air Force.
You went to the Air Force.
So I was a MP, military police officer.
Oh, really?
I went to the Air Force. Like a lot of people who go to the Air Force thinking that it's going to be a smooth service, it's going to be easy. And then I was MP, and it was
MP's
really
hard.
hard. And I did
You should
not
be
like
on my
it.
podcast for the military episode.
Oh.
I was looking for actual military service
Oh, really?
people, yeah.
I know quite a few, but yeah, I think my
That speak
experience...
English too?
Yeah, that speaks English too. But I think my experiences are very different because I went into Army and a lot of Air Force, and a lot of people in the Air Force, people think that, oh, it's an easier time because it's longer, but it's easier time. And I thought that as well. Hey, we got a donation.
Yes.
Nice.
Sunny Southpaw will ask and you shall receive. Yes.
Thank
Pizza.
you.
Thank you.
I did want to see this in real life. I did see a bunch of your live stream, and I was like, I could no, but yeah, I got to see it in real life.
Oh wow, but MP, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a real man. Unlike I.
Well, so you
I went to the police.
Oh wow, were you a police officer?
의경.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, auxiliary police, yeah.
It's still very intense. Did you have like...
It was intense for the half of my service, but then it got like renovated, and then like the culture got like totally switched up, and then it got better. Yeah.
Were you in a kurugum? Like, so did you go like, you do night shifts and then day shifts and then like midnight shifts?
No, I was like in the Kidongdae. I don't know what you call it. It's like protest police, like riot police, literally. And we went to whenever we were called.
Right.
There's a lot of protests in Korea. So the most memorable ones are like the Seoul ferry incident, or like, you know, like the Hyundai labor union and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yeah.
I think for me, it was difficult only because as an MP, you get split into 3 groups, and then within that 3 groups, your schedule changes. So today I could have a morning shift, while tomorrow I could have a night shift, and then the next day I could have a midnight shift. So because your night and day constantly changes, you don't have a set schedule.
Oh yeah.
So your body never adjusts
Right.
to the pattern, and because of that, and also we don't have any holidays or weekends.
What?
So it's just constantly going around because you're a police officer, and also you know, police officers don't really have the weekend off. So
What?
yeah, you're just constantly going around, and then night and day is changing. Everybody's always eating noodles because we can't eat
Oh my
at the same time when
that's horrible.
the mess is open anyways. So yeah.
Well, usually in my case, we had like night shifts too. We guarded like the U.S. embassy and
Right,
the
right.
Chinese embassy and stuff like that. But after those night shifts, we usually got a day off afterwards.
Yeah, no.
What?
Not us. So I thought it would be easier to go to Air Force. It's definitely not.
It's 3 years, right?
It's-
like 20. Oh, how many years?
When did you go to the army? How long was that? I got 3 years. No, Air Force is now 2 years, I believe. And
now 2
the
years.
Army is 1.5 years, I believe. Or less than that. Something like that, I believe.
Yeah. Back in my day, I think the Air
Back in
Force.
my days.
Yeah, I think it was 24
Yeah.
months or something like that.
It's a
2
long
years.
time,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a long time.
But when we go into a little bit of an easier question,
Okay.
this is, I think some of your, unless people has watched your first video, this is the only video that you've kind of explained. And I saw this and I was like, wow, this is really amazing because your title of pizza, the title of your channel is very philosophical.
Is it?
And
I'm flattered.
so do you want to explain to the viewers what it actually means?
You know what actually I'm kind of like regretting right now
Oh, really?
about the title.
Korean Pizza Club?
Because like our viewers of course know what
Right.
it is. Like that's exactly why I deliberately made the opening liner.
Right.
Like it's like what was the opening line? It's like bringing Korea one slice closer to the world with extraordinary and fun toppings.
Right.
So if you hear that, you might get a grasp of what the podcast is about. But whenever I go outside and to somebody and they're like, "Oh, you do a podcast? What's the name?" and I do like, "It's a Korean Pizza Club." They're like, "Oh, so you review pizzas?"
Right.
Everybody has the same reaction. I'm just kind of frustrated with that. And also, I wanted to like branch out from the podcast into like maybe a business or like a clothing apparel business or something like
Right.
that. But if I put Korean Pizza Club on it, it literally looks like a
Yeah.
Pizza Hut, merch or whatever. So I'm kind of regretting, but yeah, since you asked me what the meaning is, like people probably get it, but I thought pizza was one of the most internationally representative
Right.
foods that is liked by everybody, which is Italian oriented, but it's now Americanized too. Everybody has their own versions of pizza everywhere in the world.
Exactly.
But Korea also has its unique type of pizzas.
Right,
It has
exactly.
like bulgogi, it has like goguma paste, it has like shrimp and like whatever on it, and corn on it too.
Exactly, yeah.
So a lot of people, Westerners, when they come to Korea, when they see the corn on the pizza or like, bulgogi on the pizza, they're like freaked out by
Exactly.
it. So I thought like pizza as a very international food, with the combination of Korea would well represent the composition of my podcast as well, like having international opinions and guests talking about Korean topics. So yeah, that was basically the gist of it, and that's how I made it. Yeah.
But it is interesting because you did say everybody likes pizza. But in that episode, Anna said that pineapple pizza isn't pizza. So I feel bad bringing Anna into this every time. I've not met her and I hope she doesn't hate me.
I think she's gonna hate you.
But you did, and you disagreed with it. What is your opinion on how that she said that pineapple pizza isn't pizza?
I hate pineapple pizza too,
Wow, really? Okay.
but I respect people who like it.
Right.
That's about
You
it.
respect them as a human, or do you respect their as a opinion?
Their opinion, of course, as a human too.
Okay.
But like, I don't think pineapple should belong on pizza. I don't think it belongs on pizza.
Right.
But since there are a minority of people who
Right.
like it on pizza, yeah, we need to be inclusive. It's diverse world.
Right.
So yeah, I understand.
And I agree with you. I don't really like pineapple pizza. But by the way, I hope she doesn't not like. She sounds like a great person. Why am I studying all this?
You're too late, John.
No.
You already spilled the water. You know.
I don't. I want it to be neutral as well. Like you, I want it to be really neutral. I guess it's kind of hard. I hope so. The viewers don't know, and a lot of the people that. Even people on my channel don't know. I actually recently got hired as a writer, and I'll be on air at Arirang. So I hope me saying this stuff won't get me cancelled. I hope me having this.
No, you haven't said anything controversial yet. In my standards.
Thankfully.
Yeah, in my standards.
And I hope it doesn't happen next Tuesday when I.
So there's this very weird rule on radio. I can say it because I'm like ex radio guest now.
Yeah.
So like there's this very weird rule that we shouldn't say anything Japanese,
Right.
religious, or political
Exactly. Yeah.
on it. So it's very weird because you're on radio and you tend to like talk about stuff, you know. And
Exactly. Yeah.
half of the world is about politics and you know
And religion.
yeah. And you know, whenever you try to say anything about like, you know, I go to church or something,
Yeah.
they're like, you can't, or you know, or as you said, the example like, oh, my favorite Japanese anime is like, you know, Attack on Titan or whatever. They're like, don't mention anime or whatever.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's kind of weird to me. Like, I don't understand why those rules exist, honestly. Yeah, I get the political and religious thing because like people get really riled up about like certain topics or like there's polarization and people are gonna fight. But like in the case of like Japanese words and culture,
Right.
what we're in a global society now. We've been out of Japanese colonial rule for like how many years now? Over 50 years. So like I don't understand.
Yeah, regarding the Japanese colonial and the history of that and what the radio broadcast stations do, I am not gonna say my opinion. I like my job. Thank you for hiring me. I have not been on the air yet, so I'm gonna not say my opinion. But regarding religion, and this is actually one of the harder questions, and I think this could put you into a situation, so feel free to not answer.
Oh, wow.
But you did openly talk about how you were Christian.
Yeah.
And you are a Christian.
Yeah.
Has there been certain topics that were hard to talk about because you're
like
Christian?
LGBT?
Yes, as well as maybe your experiences.
As an LGBT. Yeah, where are you getting to?
Experiences as an adult, like as a matured, maybe alcohol-induced adult. Like, has there been situations or things? Thank you, by the way. I appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy. But yeah, has there been any topics that were hard to talk about or deal with, or things that you wanted to say but couldn't say because you were Christian?
No, honestly, sorry God, but I'm like a very I'm talking to him via live stream, like yeah.
I hope he gives us donation as well because nobody else says. Sorry.
But yeah, I'm a very like honestly, if there's a layer of like, you know, dedicated or devoted believers, I would be on like the more casual level.
Right.
So while I accept God and Christianity and like him as the savior and like the, you know, like the creator of the world, I also believe in science as well.
Right.
Yeah, I also believe in evolution, and like people might think that's weird, like that's BS. That doesn't exist in the Christianity Orthodox, you know, theory. But you know, I think like the Bible was written by people at the end too,
right? And
it is a story. It is like a, you know, what do you call a written version of history and interpretations and stuff, and it could be deciphered into like scientific, you know, things as well. Like, you know, my own interpretation. Let me know if you're uncomfortable, okay? If you're like an Orthodox Christian, okay? But my interpretation is like, people like, oh, God said in the first day, let there be light. Let there be like, you know, land, animals, human beings, and stuff like that. People mock the Bible saying like, oh, like God said, let there be light, and the first day there was light.
Right.
But that, you could decipher that as like the first day as like 1 billion years, or like the Big Bang, or whatever.
Right.
Like there's so many interpretations you can take from it. And like just taking it literally and mocking it, or like, you know, I don't know. So I just go like back and forth. I'm just like into the essentials, like the essential critical beliefs of like Christianity. I respect that a lot. I go like to get like meditation when I'm at church as well.
Okay,
I can like reflect myself on like what I should be thankful of, what I should be avoiding doing and stuff like that. So yeah, I take what I take. I'm just a casual believer, and about the topics I was very uncomfortable to talk about on live. Those ones too. You know, in Christianity, like by the book, it does not accept like homosexuality or stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There are interpretations, but like in Orthodox Christianity, but like the world has changed. We know like scientifically homosexuality is like not like, you know, a cultured or atmospheric thing. It's and stuff like that. So like the more we advance as human beings and more knowledge we get, I feel like, you know, religion and like beliefs should get more flexible and adapt to that as well. And as a human being, excluding all religion, I respect and I love my, you know, gay friends and like LGBTQ friends. So it doesn't really clash inside my head.
Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm a casual believer, but it just exists as a two different realm in my own head. I don't know. That's a complicated answer, but yeah.
But on that note, we did get a donation.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow,
Honestly, $50.
$50 living sweetly. You are sweet. Great content. Keep up the good work. Pizza, extra cheese. Yes. That's okay.
$50 is a lot of money, honestly. That's amazing. And thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
I bought John Shake Shack today, by the way, so
honestly, I have, and I told you I have Shake Shack once a year.
Yeah.
Because Shake Shack is expensive. It's like really expensive. So I really do appreciate that. It was really good. But I think about the Christianity, I think it's hard to talk about religion because there are a lot of people who are, you know, who have their own strong opinions about it. And a lot of people seem to be very strongly opinionated.
Right.
But I did find myself struggling in the ways that I didn't want to know how transparent I wanted to be on as an influencer. Like if I talk about, for example, like, you know, some people are open about their like their sexual activities or stuff like that, or stuff like tattoos or drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of you know, people have strong opinions about that. So I think it's at times like it's really hard to tell people what I have done and what I have not done because of that.
Yeah, that could be a very big identity crisis. Yeah, I could see that because in the beginning, I have to admit too, like I was very timid about talking about like my, you know, not sexual preferences or anything, but like my romantic life in general. You know, I was very passive about that, but then I realized, you know, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. You're not. Yeah, it's just okay. It's just okay to if you're comfortable, like you get comfortable over time, like, and you see the reactions and you see the feedback of people, so you'll find the right spot in the future.
Yeah. It seems like a lot of the questions that I'm asking you is basically counseling for what I need to learn and what I have to develop. But yeah, so yeah, I think I'll still have to think about what I want to say, because there were things that you said that I was like, wow, that's
like what? Like what? I'm gay?
No, there was things.
I like 69? Something like that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wait. I don't know if I feel comfortable being
I never said that.
No.
Don't clip this, okay? Don't clip this.
You know, whenever people say don't clip it, they always clip it. So it's the next highlight reels shorts that's going to be up, by the way. But I think it is interesting because you did talk about how there was like when you went to buy condoms.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if you can say that, but
right. That moment, I was kind of embarrassed, so I kind of tried to like slither my way out of it, but then it became a funny incident. But yeah, I remember that.
So I think I don't know how long we have.
So you can go on forever if you want.
Forever? Is this a 24-hour stream, guys?
Yeah. As long as the super chats keep coming in.
Honestly, it's really $50 is honestly like week's pay right now as someone who doesn't make money. It's a lot of money. But I did want to say, we talked about BTS, and we have a lot of... there were people in the chat prior they were saying they were ARMY, and you are also an ARMY as well. I want to be transparent.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like BTS, and that's a bad way to start.
How dare you get out of my room? I do not talk with non-armies.
So it's the fact that I don't follow what they do every time. But
how dare you? You should be proud of BTS. They're literally...
They're not doing anything anymore. They're the
wow.
They're the army. They're literally the army.
They're literally... Their presence is literally escalating Korea's status globally.
And that is true.
I'm just kidding, guys.
But the thing that I really, really appreciate and I really like about the BTS is that you mentioned this as well, and I wanted to bring this up to just for people to know, is that BTS individually has made Asian men globally more attractive. Like, Asian men were quite on the bottom of the attractiveness. But thanks to BTS, we might still be near the bottom, but we're not as bad. Like, some people do find Asian men attractive now, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that about BTS.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Definitely, because of BTS, we've become more desirable to some people. But that's a very slippery slope, you know? It's like a very, I don't know. Like, first of all, I don't think we should think ourselves as, like, lower on the chain, you know? Like, lower side on the period. Like, have good, like, self-esteem, you know?
Right.
Yeah, like, you know, that's just in the Western lens.
Right.
It's very Western-dominated lens, and... that's because the Western society has definitely, like, historically developed faster than Asian countries in terms of technology, capitalism, culture, and stuff like that. That's because that's why they became the dominant culture, and that's why their opinions matter so much now.
Right.
But the paradigm can always shift.
Exactly.
And right now, the power is swinging back and forth. Right now, some Asian countries are way more, like, wealthier and way more advanced in terms of infrastructure and everything. So I feel like we should get out of that mindset. I'm not saying that you should get out of it or anything, but I know where you're coming from, because objectively still, like, in the dominant paradigm, people think Asian men are, like, lowest. First of all, we should get out of that. Yeah. But like observing the phenomenon, BTS has definitely put us on the map. Exactly. Put us on TV more, like on Billboard charts. And I think they have projected or presented like a very cool image of Asian men that people haven't seen before. Like, they've never experienced this kind of image, or, you know, we always had the stereotype of, like, being nerds, being good at math, you know, like laundromats and whatever. Yeah, but now BTS, like, fancy, good looking, super talented, good at singing, like dominating charts, super rich, all that kind of stuff. So it's like a new model and a new thing to the Western audience that wasn't very interested into Asian culture. So definitely they've opened gates. But it's very weird to say that Asian men have profited or benefited out of BTS's presence. I feel like while it is a fact, I feel like
I benefited thanks to them.
Me too, definitely. But it feels very weird to actually appreciate that, you know?
Exactly.
I don't know. Like, it's very hard to articulate.
And I think there is a certain degree where me being raised in New Zealand, where it's not like America, there isn't a lot of people. And when I went there and I was like really young, I wasn't in Auckland or like Christchurch, where it's like big cities. I was in a very small city called Hamilton, where oftentimes people call it Tron, but it's very small. A lot of the Maori people live there. So there wasn't a lot of Asians, and I think I was the only Asian within the whole school until like high school. So I remember just having very low self-esteem, getting like, you know, there's racism a lot in New Zealand when within the place that I lived. So yeah, I think maybe because of that, I feel like it's gotten better since then. And maybe it's my own self-insecurity growing up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that. And also regarding BTS, and I think we have a donation.
Oh, really? Oh, Living Sweetly, $50 again. Woo! After that BTS comment, this is for David only. Yes! I mean, all the other super chats for me.
Yeah, also.
But I bought him lunch anyway,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
technically it's
Expensive lunch as well.
It's out of my
Yeah.
pocket, yeah. But thank you so much, Living Sweetly. I'm living a sweet life because of you.
Yeah. You didn't do the pizza donation. You're welcome.
Pizza!
But yes, and I think one thing I do disagree with you regarding BTS. And I think you said this, or someone else on your video said that. I think BTS shouldn't have to go to the army.
Me neither.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm firm.
Maybe it was
I
a-
was a firm,
Yeah.
argument. I had a firm argument against them going to the
I
military.
really don't think they should.
It's unfair. Honestly, it's unfair.
It's because I personally think that, I don't know if people know, a lot of people think just only athletes, but a lot of musicians who
Yeah.
win certain awards don't have to go to the army as well. And I think if you're going to categorize it like that, like BTS have done so much.
They've done
Like,
more than everything combined of all the athletes have done in
Yeah.
the world. Yeah, in Korea's history.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't think they would have to. And then once they are in the army, I noticed that the Korean government, they're like, oh, they had this is controversial as well.
Yeah.
They had the Jamboree event. And then, yeah.
Oh, we're going there now.
That's-
So you're on that side of the political.
And they were like, oh, let's just get BTS to perform while they're in the army.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, at that point, why'd you put them in the
I
army?
think
Yeah.
universally we can all agree that politicians are BS.
Right.
They're all BS. They're all scumbags.
Hopefully in the far future or near future, somebody good will appear, but it does seem like a lot of them are. But I want to get on to the next question. And the next question is, we talked about the worst guest that you've had.
Oh yeah.
Or a guest that you strongly disagree with. Has there been somebody, what is your favorite video? Out of all your videos, what is your favorite video to film as well as...
On KPC?
Yeah.
My favorite video, I think it was the first one.
Really?
About no marriage, no babies in Korea. Because first of all, it got a lot of views.
Yep.
I'm a very pragmatic person.
Right.
It got a lot of views, but also I really liked how it touched society
Right.
and intertwined our personal experiences and stories in it genuinely.
Right.
And people could expand that talk and make like a debate in the comment section, and it could like amplify the talks about like what's going on in Korea. So it checked all the
Boxes.
it ticked all the boxes.
Right.
Yeah. Like everything I wanted to plan for KPC was there. It had entertainment
Wow.
too. So like, yeah, it was a perfect model for me.
The OG first video.
Yeah.
For me, I think one of the videos I did not expect. The videos that this isn't my favorite video, but this is definitely one of the top 3 is the beauty pageant.
Beauty pageant. Oh,
It's
because
because-
there were pretty girls on it. Of course, that's your favorite video.
Let me explain. I don't not even think about that, but
Nah, be real, dude.
because it was an environment. It was
A pretty environment
it was a pretty environment.
and beautiful environment.
By the way, you were smiling a lot in that video as well. It's very nice video.
Hey, I'm a man too, after all.
But I think because it's a beauty pageant is an area that I just never knew. It's
Very
just,
new.
So it's just like them just telling us about like Seonhube, like culture and stuff like that. It was just so amazing. I think I just learned a lot, and I was like, wow, they have a lot. Wow, they seem very educated and like amazing personalities.
Are you sure
Sorry.
that's what you want to say?
Yeah, let's keep it at that. Yeah, but I got to know a lot of new things.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to do more stuff like that, like unusual aspects or fields within the Korean culture and stuff.
Because they were talking about like bunch of different beauty pageants, and I was like, wow, that's really amazing. So yeah,
And then you enjoyed your time searching beauty pageant videos. And like,
let's not go there. Let's not go into my history, my search history. But yeah, definitely.
Wait a sec. Yellow Mellow, thank you for the $5 super chat. Pizza, thank you. Pizza.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really appreciate no text super chats.
Yeah.
Because they're just like blindly supporting me.
Exactly.
You know, just support, pure support.
What is CA, by the way? Am I just?
I think it's
California? Yeah,
probably Canadian. Probably
Canadian.
I think so. If
Wow,
I'm right.
really? A lot of them, they're all Canadian? Wow,
Canadian dollars.
living sweetly as well.
Living sweetly!
How rich are you? Thank you so much.
Pizza! You need to do it too. 1, 2, 3. Pizza! Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
You read it, please.
John, you redeemed yourself with the commentary about BTS. Military service, you are on the good books again. Thank you. No,
Okay.
but really, I did genuinely think those for a long time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but besides, okay, let's say where you... So are you a K-pop? Like, are you a K-pop fan or are you a BTS fan?
I'm both.
You're
I
both.
can firmly say I'm both. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming BTS is your favorite boy group,
Yes.
right? Mm-hmm. What is your favorite girl group?
Uh,
I'm done with my question. I'm just gonna think on the spot now.
as of now?
Yeah.
As of now, I would say it's that's hard. It's between New Jeans or Le Sserafim,
Wow. Okay.
but I will take the safe answer, Le Sserafim, because
Whoa, that's controversial. Really?
yeah,
Okay. Why?
because I think their music is the most high quality. It sounds very.
Are you saying New Jeans is low quality?
No. They have different styles,
Oh, yeah.
but like what I say in high quality is like I'm not talking about the intrinsic value of the music itself,
Right.
but the style of it is so like luxurious and
Wow.
like
okay.
expensive sounding, and I feel like I feel bougie when I listen to their music as well.
Right.
Whereas New Jeans, it's a little bit more Y2K. It's a little bit more young, and it's good to listen to, but I can't like really feel extra feelings.
Right.
But yeah, I would say Le Sserafim is my favorite right now. And there was this moment, I don't know if I've talked about this numerous times, but I don't say a lot about New Jeans because they're too young.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. I agree with you.
Whatever I say about New Jeans, people like nitpick on one comment
Right.
and make me a pedophile. So I'm done talking about
Right.
New Jeans until they're all, like even if they're all over age, the age gap is so
Right.
big that people see me as a creepy being, so I'm
Right.
not gonna like talk about New Jeans.
I think it is interesting because my favorite girl group. About New Jeans though, I recently thought they were really good because they did the League of Legends. They did the title song. They did Gods.
Yeah.
And I saw it at Gwanghamun. I saw it there, and it was just so amazing. The effects and the projection mapping, the holograms that they used, and the performance was really good. So I think that's why New Jeans was really up there. But my all-time favorite is ITZY.
ITZY is strong.
ITZY
yes.
is strong, and
Yeah.
the reason is because ITZY was actually ITZY Wannabe was my 입대곡.
Oh.
So I'm curious. So 입대곡 for those.
Explain
Yeah.
입대곡, please.
So 입대곡, for those people that don't know, 입대곡 is like the song that was released on the day, or the most popular song at the time when you go into the army. So ITZY Wannabe was released in 2020 March the 9th because it was on the day that I went to the army. So it kind of has a soft spot in my heart. What was your 입대곡 when
It
you...
really shows our age difference. Eh? Like
Yeah.
we're different
2000
generations.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't even remember my 입대곡, but it was probably between AOA or Sister.
Wow, okay.
So like just listening to the groups themselves, like it's like a
are they
10
still around? I guess Sister and AOA.
Wow, the disrespect.
Are they around?
Their solos are
Yeah, they're
Hyodin's
individually,
doing it.
individually, yeah. But I think it is interesting because while you're in the army, I don't know about back then. So when did you go to the army?
2000. Whoa, when did?
Well, it is in the 2000s. Okay, sorry.
What?
It is in the 2000s. Okay, no,
What?
just making sure.
What, do you want?
No.
Do you want to be sprayed on?
I don't have COVID, not anymore. But yes.
Are you calling me racist?
No.
I think it was 2016. No, that can't be it.
No,
because
that
I
must
was,
be.
I went into college when I was 2011, and then, Yeah, it was probably then 2013.
Right.
Yeah, 2013.
2013 and 16 is very far, by the way.
Yeah,
it's like a really
right.
But
It's been that long.
Yeah.
I finished my 민방위 for God's sake.
wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
You're still in the 예비군, right? The reserves.
So I'll talk more about that once we have that army episode if you're planning it.
Yeah.
But yes and no. Let's leave it at that. I'll keep it anonymous for now. But basically, I don't know if back then during 훈련소, during the trainee period, they show you a lot of girl group dancing videos to kind of like keep the guys
24/7. It's
yeah,
on.
it's on there, and it's like guys go crazy over it.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I was in the army, IOI.
IOI. Yeah, Produce
they,
101.
Yeah, they put those videos up, but from my memory, some of those girls were underage. So a lot of the guys in the army, they weren't sure if they were supposed to like it or not.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys were like, I want to support them, but they're a lot underage. So I do know what you mean when you have that feeling towards new jeans.
Yeah, it's very tricky.
well.
So just better be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
So like not really talk about them.
Yeah.
But like the most outrageous thing. There was this one video. I can say this over again. My ideal appearance, ideal appearance type is New Jeans Minji. I think she's gorgeous. I think she's the prettiest among every Korean right now. Like including all the actresses and everyone. In all of Korea, I think Minji is the prettiest.
Right.
But one of the people were like, you know how old she is?
Right.
I was like, yeah, 20. And then, that's so creepy. Like, you're a pedo or something. Then take out the age aspect. I'm talking about the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking. If it was an AI figure and she had the face, I would still say that person. If she was 40 years old and she had that face, I would still say that face is like the most ideal appearance type I like. But like, why do you have to attach the age aspect to like when I'm talking about like the visual?
Exactly.
I don't know why people like.
And oftentimes, especially on YouTube, and a lot of times, people can take whatever you say out of context.
Yeah.
And if it just says, "Oh, I like that girl," then it does sound a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, but looking at the context, obviously, people, but people can judge if they want to, but they're wrong as well. But yeah, I think my bias is Ryujin from Itzy. Ryujin with when she had that short haircut, and she had that kind of tomboy vibes. I don't know. It looked really I like that. I remember. There was the time I walked past a cafe, and it was apparently her birthday. So there was a cafe that I walked past, and I for the first time I understood why people go to these cafes.
The idol cafes. Yeah.
Have you ever been to one?
I've been to one involuntarily, like just stumbled upon one. I just went in for a coffee, and then it was like all plastered with NCT or something, and then I was like, wow, okay.
And they give you the cup holders.
Yeah. I was like, I really don't need this, but okay.
So yeah, I'm done with a lot of my questions.
Oh really? Okay.
I do have the newer videos that I want to research into, and maybe next time I can bring it and go a bit deeper.
Next time, research about Anna. Go full on.
She has like 4 or 5 videos, so I think it's fun. Maybe I'll research into her. I don't actually know her Instagram. Maybe I'll research into her channel as well. So she does her own YouTube and stuff like that as well. If you gave me more time, I was gonna dive into the other channels that you manage as well. But I was like, okay, I don't have enough time.
But dude, that's like so much research. Like I appreciate it, but at the same time, I feel like it's like such a hard, painstaking process for you. So
what I do is I put it on like double the speed, because podcasts can seem long at times. So I put it on double the speed, as well as I play League in the background.
Okay.
I leave it on the background, and then once they say something interesting, then I stop. Well, usually I just die, and then I just
you just die.
Just die, and then just put it on the memos. But yeah, so it's not too bad. But next time, maybe if Anna is okay with it as well.
It's gonna be interesting having like a New Zealand accent and a British accent collide and like fighting each other. That's gonna be a scene.
But she knows nothing about me, right? So she has nothing to bring. But I kind of feel bad bringing ammunition.
No, she could literally just roast you on the spot, like if she wanted to.
let's hope that we don't get your channel cancelled. But yeah,
No.
by the way, she seems like a great person. Let me just put it out there.
Yeah.
So, but I will do my extensive research next time as well. And maybe other times that you invite me on the show, I will do some more research and put you on the spot as much as
I'm
possible.
always down.
Maybe I'll do it on one of your videos because you don't get to share your opinions a lot, and you say you don't like to.
I
But
think you just want to cancel me at the end. Like your end goal is to like get me canceled.
No. I want your opinions out there. Curious what you have to say. But yes, UK versus New Zealand would be great, and I'm just saying, us from
We
New Zealand.
could hold like an online what do you call it? A bid between who wins
But the thing is,
in the form of super chats, and I'll be the collector. And then...
but I think she's been on the channel a lot. She's a regular.
yeah.
And so I think she's already made a few fandoms. So maybe
Right.
once I've come, once I've, people are kind of familiar with my face.
Well, that won't work because she has her own channel too, and she usually
Right.
streams on her channel too, and it's very biased there, obviously. So you're definitely up against like an uphill battle.
It's like a David and Goliath.
yeah.
And I do like a bit of an underdog challenge anyways. I can do my extensive research. I don't think there's a lot of research you can do on me.
Anna's gonna pull out knives. He doesn't know what he's in for.
Yeah, I hope she just doesn't bring real knives with all the threats.
That's his catchphrase now. She seems like a great person.
Yeah, no, she seems...
After saying all that, she seems like a great person.
I don't think I haven't said anything bad. Wow, that's really hard in here. But yeah,
I've
no.
been constantly switching on and off the AC.
No, yeah. I feel like every time her name gets brought up, I feel like I have to
Oh.
just get ready.
Oh, you
Definitely not like that.
What? I didn't even say
No,
it.
no,
I
no,
didn't
no.
even say anything. Why are you
I
sweating?
saw the steering wheel slightly turn. I was like, no, we're not going there. We're definitely not going there anytime soon.
Wow, I'll clip this and then show it to Anna, and then she'll be like,
I want to say hi first. I don't want to.
and then her reaction is gonna be like, huh, you? And then she's gonna be like, blah blah blah, and then, that's gonna be funny.
Yes, let's hope that next week, maybe it will be next week, maybe the week after.
Yeah.
Once that happens, hopefully there will be a David and Goliath, a good match.
Yeah, not me though, not this David.
Yeah, not you, David.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be fun.
Anna living rent free in his mind. Yeah.
Definitely.
Anna is Anna is a menace sometimes. She's like last time. I didn't even know about this, but she brought some random jelly beans or something that taste like earwax and barf and
Oh right.
dead fish.
Like those random ones where some half are good and half are bad.
and they tasted horrible, and I had to I was forced to eat them without any consent or anything. She was like, "Just eat it, stop being a pussy." And then,
Right. That could be fun. Okay, what can I bring? Are you guys allowed drinking on this channel?
yeah, sure, do whatever you want.
But the streams
Just don't strip. Yeah,
strip.
no
Not
stripping.
yet.
No.
How much donation would they have to do? Let's get this question out there. How much donation?
I'll
would
take
some-
off this cardigan if you give me $50.
Haven't they already? Yeah, how many $50 would they have to give you?
I can take off my pants if I get 500.
Really?
Yeah, but I still have underwear down there.
Would you take your pants off for 500?
Yeah.
I've seen your live streams and I've seen you get hundreds of dollars. Honestly,
No, from one person, a $500 check,
right?
cha-ching, and then I'll take off my pants. I can do that. I have a boxer downstairs,
Downstairs.
down there anyway. So it's literally like a swimsuit. So why not?
Yeah, I don't know if I feel comfortable being in the same room.
Oh shit! Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Age just told me
Oh,
says
wow.
that I get paid next week, so I'll be prepared.
Is next week gonna be the Anna versus John as well as David taking his pants off? Will you
David-
dance for $100?
Yeah, I could do that.
What dance? Would you dance to a BTS? Like your favorite BTS that you know the
I
most?
could. I would freestyle dance, but I don't know the choreography.
Is there any song that you know some or most of the
No, I just know the very viral
Right.
thingies, but I barely know them at all. So
It would be cute to do the. I would love to see if there's.
you body roll on 300, yeah, for sure.
Okay, this is definitely Twitch kind of. I don't know if this is allowed on YouTube, but this is definitely Twitch kind of seeing body rolls and.
Body rolls. My good friend Dre does it all the time. I've never done a body roll before, so it's gonna be hilarious. But
In this space as well. This.
yeah, $300. Like, why not? It's just a body roll, right?
I'm curious.
I'm just throwing these because like nobody's gonna donate anyways.
But there has been people that donated $100
Individually, but not
Yeah,
like a $300 one. So
I don't know. Someone's getting paid next week, so I guess we'll have to see.
what the hell? Vlog in North Korea for $5? You think my life worth is only $5?
You know, fun fact, I can actually go to North Korea.
Really?
Because if you have a permanent residence in New Zealand, you can actually go to North Korea.
I don't think that's a good idea.
So if someone gives me enough money, I might actually go to North Korea. No, that would be fun.
I don't
Like,
think
as a
that's worth
tourist
your life.
package group.
Like yeah.
Did you ever get into making your own music? Oh, that is an interesting
I've
one.
always wanted. I'm always interested in like sectors of art.
Right.
Yeah. So I would like to try music if I had like the skill sets or whatever.
Yeah, good Christian body rolls.
What are
sounds-
good Christian body rolls?
Honestly, that sounds great fun. But I think it is interesting, this idea of donations. I've never this is the first time I've ever been on someone else's YouTube channel as
Oh,
well as
really?
a live stream.
Oh really?
So besides like the TBS, like kind of like the radio kind
Mm-hmm.
of broadcasting, it's kind of interesting that like just seeing people's real donations and seeing people's real reaction. So yeah, I think
It's so funny. Safe travels, John, to North Korea. It's like a given now. Like you're going to North Korea.
I think in the far future, I think I would be keen to.
Really?
I'd be keen to.
I would never.
I think it would be a nice experience
I would.
to open my eyes to some things. I'm not gonna say anything because this is being live streamed, and if North Korea watches it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Fuck you, Kim Jong Un.
Yeah,
There, I said it.
Damn, I'm in the same clip.
That's exactly how you you're in the same clip.
Got in the same clip.
That's exactly how you
get assassinated.
No,
Like, what are you trying to get?
verify if you're a spy or not in Korea.
Oh,
Like if you have someone who's suspicious
Right.
and you think he's a spy, then you go to him and say Kim Jong Un 시발 새끼,
right.
and then he won't be able to say it because he's not allowed to say
Right,
it,
right.
right? So
But which places that are you going that you might be thinking this person could be a North Korean spy? Like, I've never met anybody, and the first thing I come to mind is this person could be North Korean. I've never met anybody that's done that. I don't know where you're going to,
That's
but
true.
honestly,
that's true.
yeah, definitely not the places that I would probably like to visit.
Yeah.
Hopefully not anytime soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting, this idea of donation, and like, do you have a line at where you will draw the line of donations? If like someone gave you 10k donations and told you to do something, would you like, is there a line that you would draw at? Because it's like,
I wouldn't do anything
sellout,
illegal.
how sellout can you be is basically the idea is.
I wouldn't do anything illegal.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't go like fully naked or anything. I wouldn't. Yeah.
Would you go shirtless? Well, this is why am I
10K?
asking this? This feels weird.
10k? Holy shit.
Well, like, even if it's like a K, would you go shirtless?
For a K, I won't.
Really?
No. For 10k, I would.
What's the lowest you got? Why am I asking this as if I'm gonna...
Am I a
I'm
cam
gonna-
boy or something? Am I like a
This is
stripper?
a whole different website. Just a legal...
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Should I start OnlyFans?
Honestly, you could sell feet pics.
Feet pics?
Hand pics, I don't know.
Do people really buy that kind of stuff?
I don't know, you could shave your armpits and do something.
Ew.
Okay, let's not get in there, but...
Ew, you
know-
know some kinky stuff.
Hey, there are a lot of people that do a lot of interesting
Really?
things.
I have no knowledge in that whatsoever.
Yeah, this idea of how far could you push yourself. Would you ever do something like in public? Like, would you ever like walk down the streets of Hongdae or something, and because you were donated, would you like scream like, "Penis"? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's easy.
Oh, it's light work.
Yeah, that's easy. Like just screaming penis in the middle of Hongdae. That's like what happens every single
honestly,
night.
that's, yeah, every other night. Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I could do that.
But yeah, so how? So I think from my research, this could potentially be the longest live stream.
No. I've done like 2-hour streams. We've only been like 1.5 hour now.
Oh, but also it's interesting. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say this. When you first contacted me, my
Yeah.
content channel
Yeah.
was like 300 and something followers.
Uh-huh.
So I was gonna go on your show and be like while I introduced myself, I was gonna be like, I'm the least famous person that's been on your show. It was gonna be kind of like a nice title that I'm like, even though to people like, oh, even though if you're not famous, you can be like, invited. But yeah, I feel like I can't say that anymore. So I feel a little bit, because I've gained a little bit of popularity. I can say like my personal account, but that's very different. And I wanted to keep that catchphrase. I was the least popular person.
Why would you
I
want to
don't
keep
know.
that catchphrase?
It was a nice thing that I thought it's like.
It is
yeah.
not a nice thing, especially if you're like an aspiring influencer,
working
content
to be-
creator.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should be proud of what you gained out of the meantime. Yeah.
Do you? So we talked about earlier at the start of the show. You talked about, multitasking.
Yeah.
Do you read all the chat? Because this is.
Yeah, it's
lot of
really
reading.
it's a hassle. Like it kind of fries your mind, honestly. Like you have to go back and forth. Like you have to be in this conversation and like check the technical stuff and the chat over there. You need to click it to highlight it like this. So yeah, I don't think this is good for my brain, honestly.
Yes, you're gonna have Alzheimer's.
Usually people have engineers.
Oh,
when they're
right,
doing
right.
like multi-streaming or complicated live streams.
Honestly, when you told me about that fact,
The fat?
the fact.
Oh, I have like a complex of being called fat.
No, I said the fact.
What'd you say right now?
Is
call
my
me
accent
fat.
weird? Because I didn't notice that I have I don't think you have an accent. But I don't think
What
I
do you
have-
mean I don't have an accent?
Do you have an accent?
Everyone has an accent.
I guess.
This is like the North American
this-
generic accent.
Yeah, but I didn't think I have an accent until people.
What do you mean you don't have an accent? Are you serious?
I think it is very. I think it's true because in New Zealand we meet people around us that speak, a New Zealand accent, but also we absorb the Western media.
No,
So-
you don't. You sound Kiwi as hell.
I sound weird as hell, but I do try to limit certain phrases that I like that people just won't understand. That
Okay,
if I say-
what kind of phrases?
Like phrases like if I say, "Oh, something is rank,"
What's rank?
I mean something is like kind of smelly or stinky, but also it could be said to like a certain comment or something like that. So if someone says something mean or someone says something weird, you can say that. Or if someone is, and there's a lot of a whole list that I've already made. So maybe you'd want the list maybe on the far future. But I did send you a bunch of content ideas.
Oh,
or
right.
show ideas.
Yeah, that's saved for like maybe potential episodes in the future. So
So yeah, but I think, anything controversial you want to say before we finish?
why would I say anything controversial before
Except, it's besides the fact that you like 69 that you've already mentioned.
No.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna.
No, that
bring
was
it
a
up.
random thought. Because I work for Mr. Beast nowadays.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this, but it's like it's an ongoing joke on his channel. Like his favorite number is 69 for some reason.
Oh, really?
I still haven't pinpointed the origin of it, but he always mentions it.
Interesting. I just know that he recently has been just blowing up a lot of things at the end of his videos.
Yeah, right.
And that's about it. And I'm like, he does a lot of he has a lot of money. He does a lot of things that.
I wish he could give me more money.
But yeah, so how much do you give? I'm joking. Please don't answer that. That's confidential.
Want to see my contract over there?
Oh yeah, can I get a seat? I'm joking.
But let's just. Do you have a lot of time today?
I do have a lot of time.
So since we're at the 140 mark, let's just make it 2 hours and just end it.
Right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's
15 more minutes.
It feels weird being in a situation where we don't have a deadline. Like, being on radio, it's like you're constantly conscious of what you have to say and what you have to kind of skim past.
Right. And the ad breaks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's always like a red clock ticking in front of you.
Exactly. But I did want to ask, you are currently a host for a lot of other people, and you've been as a guest on radio. Would you be interested in being a guest in other people's podcasts or other people's show?
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I was invited to one.
Oh, this is a new plug.
Do you want to come too? Because he actually asked for other guests.
Yeah, I don't know what this is, but yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, okay.
You know when you just started media and you're just willing to do anything?
Right.
There's, I think, certain OnlyFans I could escape. This is gonna be cut, but certain live streams I might be interested in as well. Like we talked about being good Christian boys, like a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, certain things I would be interested in trying out as someone who aspires to be on media. Just as long as it doesn't get me fired from my Arirang job, please don't fire me. Please don't fire me. But yeah.
Yeah.
So what is this? Are you okay to give a sneak peek into?
I forgot his channel, but
It's like a game show, a talk show.
no, it's like a very candid podcast.
Oh, okay. Korean, English.
Yes, English.
English. Okay.
Yeah, I need to find his channel again, but I forgot. But it's like there's no format. We just go on it and talk whatever we want.
Right.
So yeah.
It's interesting because I've never like this situation. I've never been a guest. And oftentimes I would always I don't know about what your experience at TBS was, but at TBS I would always write the script and I would kind of write the script so I would be kind of leading the conversation
Really?
while the host would just kind of go along with it and add her stuff. So yeah, I've always been in kind of control.
Wow, you did the heavy lifting.
Yeah, so I've always been interested and wanted to be a guest, but also majority of the questions that we did today, I kind of feel like I was leading a little bit.
Yeah. I honestly wouldn't like that job because it's like too much work.
Really?
For me. So for me, when I was on radio, I was just following the writer's lead or like the host's lead, and I was just like playing along. So it was an easy job for me, and that's why I liked it. I just had to like show myself, like be at that place and just like chat. But I do realize being like a podcast host, you need to like prepare so many things. I have my own Notion page to like have all the questions planned and the flow of the conversation and stuff. So a lot to coordinate at the same time. I need to like cast the people, reach out to them, like schedule the times, like edit myself.
Yeah, and then tell them that you can't make it, and then postpone it to 2 months later.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
He's salty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think people understand about that joke.
Yeah, it's about him. Yeah. Oh, it's been 2 months already?
No,
Dang.
maybe not 2 months, maybe a month. But I did, I was busy at the time. So yeah. But I think it is interesting because there's some people like that leading aspect of like, being the moderator, being, making the conversation flow, while some people like to not prepare and just like put their 2 cents into things. So
I think it's like if I have ownership of the show, definitely I like to lead. If I don't, I just like to like free ride.
Right.
Yeah.
A question is, would you ever drink or eat on your actual show, on your KPC?
Yeah, why not?
If you have a sponsor, would you?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I was actually thinking about reaching out to a pizza store that I know and asking if they can send us some pizza so we can have it as kind of like a sponsor on the show.
I'm down.
So yeah, because I was like, you guys are called Korean Pizza Club. You've never eaten pizza.
Yeah, right.
Stream.
That's true.
So I was like, oh, that could be interesting.
What's the pizza place name?
They haven't confirmed, so I'll let you know.
Okay.
But they are in Itaewon, and they are also Kiwi as well.
Oh, really?
They're from New Zealand. So we have a very tight community here. So we meet like once every 1 month, once every 2 months. And yeah, they're also one of the people that send out food to us a lot as well.
That's nice. I could promote their place. A lot of people that listen to my podcast go to Itaewon, so that's like the perfect demographic.
Would you ever drink on the show?
Yeah,
because you've never.
I've drunk on this, not this show, but like on my main channel.
Okay. Yeah. And how good are you drinking?
I'm really good. Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Like how many bottles of soju are we talking?
Well, just like normally just 3 bottles. Oof. But if I have a person I really like or I'm interested in, like there's no limit.
Really?
Yeah.
And does it have to be a girl? Obviously.
So
if it's a girl that you like, then there's no limit. You can just drink until.
Or if it's a person I respect or I'm really like genuinely interested in as a human being, then there's no limit either.
Wow, that's a lot of alcohol. Because I used to be a bartender, but also at a very like kind of like a nice, classy kind of bar. But also I have my government certified bartending license.
Oh wow!
So one of the things I wanted to do was kind of drink on stream or drink and show people that like certain different types of alcohol or maybe even 전통주. Because we know we have a mutual who also makes a little bit. Of
Joe,
his,
yeah.
of his own like alcohol as well as his own makgeolli and like Korean alcohol as well. So I was like, oh, that could be interesting.
Damn, I should have Joe on the podcast
Yeah.
about Korean traditional alcohol.
Yeah, and because we talked a lot about when I went to his bar, we talked a lot about how Korean traditional alcohol and how they're different to the Western, and a lot of people probably know the fact that like soju is the most drank spirit around the world. So it's like, yeah, I was curious what your stance was on drinking, because as good Christian boys, we aren't supposed to drink. Or some people would disagree.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
There
Christian
we go
boys.
again. Yeah, good Christian boys.
Yeah.
I'm a naughty Christian boy, so.
That sounds very different. Naughty Christian
That even
boy.
sounds weird.
Yeah, that sounds a lot worse. Sounds like a title for something, a certain type of video, but let's not get into that. But yeah, I think that would be a interesting take.
That would be interesting. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We should have a Christmas special podcast with food and drinks.
Oh, that could be fun.
Good. Sounds good.
Maybe it would have been good if it, like during Thanksgiving as well. If there was, it's already passed, but if you guys did it back then.
Yeah.
But yeah.
KPC festive live stream with food and drink would be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
What is your take on like mukbang? Because some people say like mukbang and reaction videos. Some people say they are very bad, surface level, kind of very easy to make content out of. So people
I get what they're
kind of
saying.
look down on those people. And so, but what is your opinion on mukbang and stuff like that?
I personally do not understand the psychology behind it. I know, like, superficially why people watch it, because they get like satisfaction, indirect satisfaction, and some people just are very awed at seeing like the amounts of food they eat, or like the ASMR is very comforting or stuff, or yeah, like I understand those, but like I personally cannot relate or feel them myself.
Right.
So yeah, that's basically, I don't have any specific opinions about it, but one thing I noticed is my grandma is addicted to mukbang ASMR shows. So she, like, my grandma doesn't really go out anywhere. She's always at the house watching like trot shows or Im Young or YouTube, and the other like 50% she watches is like mukbangs.
Oh, okay.
I always wonder, like, Grandma, why are you watching that? And she's like, oh, like, apparently when you get old, like, you kind of lose an interest of certain type of foods that you like want to eat. So for her case, she doesn't want to eat a lot of like meat.
Right.
She just likes like vegetables, noodles, and hot pots and stuff. So when she sees these mukbang YouTubers eat like sizzling pork belly or like beef or steak with kimchi, like she gets like that very satisfactory feeling, and she starts salivating, and then she becomes hungry, and then she says like she can enjoy her meal more.
Oh, okay. So that's really nice.
Yeah, I was like, okay, valid. But what I'm salty about is like I'm a YouTuber too, and I make like 1 hour videos too.
Yeah.
And she's watching she's sitting through all those ads. Like there's like 30 ads in a mukbang video. And I was wondering how these mukbang videos make so much money, and it's all people like my grandma or kids who don't know how to skip the ads, and they just
watch it full through.
All 30 ads, and she's like complaining, why is this ad not ending? And then, Grandma, I told you last time, you need to click on that spot, and she's like, but I have like fat fingers, like I can't. And it's just entertaining to watch, but yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yes. Living Sweetly, bring on Key 1 Eagle Edition Single Malt Whiskey, South Korean, Hyo 53 Soju. Do you know what that is?
No, I don't know the specific alcohol. I know single malt and certain high. Oh, I know Hyo 53. Yeah, I don't know that specific single malt though. Sounds expensive.
Key 1 Eagle Edition.
Sounds great, honestly. I love alcohol.
Yeah.
I
thought you were a good Christian boy.
I am a good Christian boy.
You need to go confess your sins.
I'm just saying, Jesus turned water into wine. I'm just saying, he could have changed it into purified water as well. But he changed it into wine for a specific reason. It was a party. But if he indulged in it, as long as you don't get drunk, right? As long as you have 5 bottles of soju.
That's how you justify your like.
I'm not drunk. I don't get drunk, and that's how I justify it.
Okay.
If you don't get drunk, but yes, honestly, I would love to drink. In general, sorry, I was gonna say on air, but I was like, I could drink in general. I was like, I could go for a beer right now. So yeah.
Yeah, but
Thank you for the donation.
Yeah, since Living Sweetly donated a lot today, let me just actually yeah.
Are you gonna buy?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
For sure. Like it's definitely like he or she, I'm assuming she maybe
yeah.
donated like more than $150. So like definitely key one eagle. What if that is like $300?
Honestly,
It might
could be. Yeah, it could be.
Do you want to do it? Oh, like we can't search the prices on the internet for alcohol.
Oh, is there a ban in Korea?
Yeah, you're not allowed to sell alcohol on the internet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There are certain websites that you can.
Really?
Yeah, but it seems single malts are usually more expensive end, but I don't know which edition it is. John, can you briefly touch on dating scene and culture in Korea as a Kiwi? Ooh, so
Holy shit! It's sorry about that. It's 15만 원. So
it's all her donations.
Yeah. It's $150. Yeah.
That's a really good alcohol, honestly. But yeah, hopefully, is that more expensive than like that's a bit less than white? Johnny Walker Blue Label, I believe. Because Blue Label is 180, or something. Yeah.
If they have this in the duty free, I'll try to get one.
Are you going out sometime soon?
No, but like I go out like time to time. So
yeah, but to answer that person's question, John, can you briefly touch on dating scene culture in Korea as a Kiwi? I don't know if I can have the same experience as a Kiwi just because I look Asian, so I don't know if I'll have the same culture, but I do notice that the way that I perceive certain things is very different in the way that it could be a little bit uncomfortable to certain people. Like I'm very straightforward. Like a lot of people from New Zealand are very direct, a lot of straightforward, and they will say with no bad intent. But also a lot of people could be offended by that and take that back. So I think as a Kiwi, as a Korean Kiwi as well, as a Korean Kiwi specifically, I think some people can be put off by that, but some people genuinely like the fact that because apparently I sound very confident. Apparently, like being just very upfront and just being kind of saying what I say. But yeah, it could be, some people might not enjoy it as much. So I've learned to kind of adjust my personality depending on the people that I meet and the environment that I'm set on.
I'm kind of like that too.
Yeah, and I think it's a very similar experience with a lot of Kyopos, I think. So yeah, I think my experience, because I'm not, like, I don't look white, I think it's probably, not the exact same as a lot of other Kiwis that come here. What is your experience of dating scene as like a Kyopo in Korea?
As a Kyopo, I'm not a Kyopo.
Okay, as a Korean as a Korean who's fluent in overseas and kind of...
Well, definitely I have more options. That's one thing to be thankful about. Like, you can learn about more cultures, diverse cultures. You can see, like, the gap between Korean and foreigner.
Right.
So that was a very interesting experience. But at the end, what I felt was, like, people are all the same.
Right.
Despite the cultural differences, to the core, they all have jealousy. They all have, like relationship conflicts, all that kind of stuff. It's a matter of like how much of the extent you have that, like levels of it. So
do people perceive you differently because you're bilingual or you've lived overseas in Korea? Do you think like a lot of Koreans perceive you differently?
Koreans, well, I never have the chance to actually speak English to them if they're Korean, so I'm just like speak 100% Korean for the whole time. So yeah, once they find out about like my YouTube channel and like hear me speaking English, then it might be a plus. It becomes a plus for sure. But other than that, no.
I think there were some situations where when people found out that I lived overseas, they kind of try to justify it. Like if I do something, for example, what is a good example? If I kind of like speak my mind in a meeting in a Korean corporate sense, then people will be like, oh, he's from overseas. He's like, in Korea we have this saying called like, 검은 머리 외국인?
Yeah,
Which is like,
Konmoe.
yeah, which is like you have black hair, but you're foreign. You're a black hair with foreigner.
Yeah.
So it's like they kind of be like, oh, he's there. He lived overseas. So sometimes people can act like that, but I tend to not care because I did live overseas. It's it could feel a bit mean at times, but I don't really care too much what people think anyways. So
Right.
yeah, but I think people do tend to treat differently at times.
Yeah, there are preferential treatments and also like kind of we can't say racist because we're the same race.
Yeah,
but,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Kind of I don't know, maybe subtle xenophobia esque approaches.
Exactly. I think, but what do you think about? Okay, this is some of the questions that I wanna ask.
감사합니다.
Thank you. I want to ask questions regarding what is your perspective as as someone who's fluent in English but is Korean. What is your perspective on some of the foreigners that are in Korea? Specifically, I want to group is two. I know there are a lot more. What do you think about the teachers that are here? What do you think about the like the American Army people that are here? What is it? You just
I have no opinions about them.
because some people have strongly like I have some teachers, and you are also a professor. Or you teach.
Yeah. I'm a professor.
So some people feel like, oh, some of the foreigners that are here, they are teaching English. They're not fully they're not fairly skilled to, but they're here for that. And I know a lot of teachers, even the ones that are like experienced and they've gotten a degree and masters, some of them kind of get clumped up and get looked down on. And I feel bad in those sense to those people, but also some of the people are like, there are people that I know that are like who used to major in dancing and who just come to Korea. It's an easy visa and they could kind of travel and chill while they just get money on the side.
I know where that's coming from. I've heard that approach a lot. A lot of them get looked down upon because like a lot of people say like, oh, these people were pretty jobless, were probably jobless in their own countries and they came because they had no other option and they're like doing the easy way out, just teaching their own like language. But I see it differently. I see it totally differently because the courage and the willpower for yourself to research going to a foreign country, settling down there and pursuing, like, even if it's not your area of expertise, teaching is something like you need to, like, like fully delve into. Like, teaching is not easy. And like if you're not a teacher before, like especially you were in some other major and you decide to teach English, that's going to be a challenge of itself too. So I fully respect teachers in Korea. I don't think like the negativity around them should be justified or any sense like that. But yeah, I've seen that a lot. I respect that, and it's like me maybe. Let's see, going to Vietnam, because they like to learn Korean a lot nowadays. If I were to go to Vietnam and teach Korean, would I be a talentless, colorless person that's doing the easy way out? No, because I can't.
Yeah.
I'm scared to go to Vietnam and settle down there and teach Korean.
Yeah.
Like, I would live a good life because I would be earning a lot of money and like the rent is cheap there, but the first step, you need to go on the plane and you need to decide to go there, like allocate a part of your life. That is like the biggest step ever, and not a lot of people can do that. So yeah, that's my opinion on that.
Yeah, because I respect them, but I do see within the international community in Korea, it seems very divided, and some people have very negative aspects, and I was curious why, like, what your stance was. But
I don't have a specific stance, but I have a stance against the people that look down upon them.
Right.
They should mind their own business.
Yeah, and I think that's with most things in life.
Yeah.
That people should mind their own business. But yeah, I think we've hit the 2-hour mark.
I was kind of like, okay, like this is getting tiring.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to talk for 2 hours. But yeah, thanks for having me on the live stream. It was honestly amazing, and even getting to know all the other people, and even feels like really just having a certain conversation with the viewers as well. So yeah, thank you.
Right, so go check out John's channel, either on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Ft.AJohn.
Ft.AJohn.
Sorry.
Yeah, featuring AJohn. Ft.F.T.A.J. But yeah.
It's so hard.
You said this like 4 times.
I know.
This is going back to the first question of, do you not listen? Do you not listen to your guests? Like, okay, yeah, no, it's okay. But yes.
Oh, my liver hurts.
Ft.AJohn.
Ft.AJohn.
Ft.AJohn. It's featuring AJohn. How hard could that be? Honestly, how hard is that? But yeah, apparently it's very difficult to listen to guests. Yeah, as long as you don't get Alzheimer's because you're not double multitasking because you don't listen to your guests anyway. So yeah,
My brain juice was out, so sorry
it's
about that.
okay. But thank you for having me on.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. I hope you can come for next week with Anna too. Yeah.
Has this been talked to Anna about?
She'll be down.
She's a great person, right? she's a great person, right?
That's the running line now.
Yeah, yeah, she's a. Honestly, I'm not. Because the thing is, like, similar to you, I know things about her as well. She was in the videos, so. Yeah, she's a great person.
She's a great person.
Yeah.
Okay.
I should go. A fun fact: I think I did message her. Like while I messaged you, I think I messaged some of the guests. But yeah, none of them replied. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah. Don't hit up David. He's not gonna reply anyway. So no need. I got you guys covered. You know, been there, done that. So yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah, so guys, thanks for tuning in for 2 hours today. Wow, 150 people still stayed. If you have some time, please check out the membership on the channel. You can subscribe to the membership and get like badges and emoji options on the live chat. You can get your your name highlighted as well. And if you go over here, there's a Patreon over there, which really supports me. Sustaining this channel. So yeah, please check it out. You can get exclusive podcasts as well. I'm gonna record one today, only for Patreons. I share my personal life over there and like Korean social issues or whatsoever. So if you're interested, please support me on Patreon. Every penny helps. And thank you everyone who donated today, especially Living Sweetly. And I'll try to get that alcohol, although it's very expensive. Yeah, I might try to spot it on like one of my duty-free trips. So okay. Now, is that any last words?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, and hopefully I don't die next week. But yeah, I'll make sure to bring a helmet or a nut cap or any other self-defense.
Just try to prepare some spicy questions for Anna.
Yeah,
and then it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm scared, but yeah, it's okay, guys.
Like last time I confronted her, like, why do you make breakup vlogs?
Ooh.
Like, I don't understand. Like,
does she have, oh my gosh, I could research into those.
She literally like cries in front of the camera and like I feel so bad, you know.
Is it fake?
It's
real, right?
It's real. But I respect that too. Like you can do it, but like I couldn't imagine myself putting a moment of that much vulnerability onto the camera. Yeah. And then I kind of like, made fun of her, but she's a good lad.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's already giving me anxiety, but it's okay. I'll take it. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I'll do some extensive research as well.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So thanks guys for watching. Go check out the other episodes as well. Go check out John's Ft.AJohn channel. And this will never end. Yes, Mara. Yes. Good to see you. Good to see you at the end. She's a long-time subscriber.